Today we will give some light on the international standard of fiber optics, which actually we lack in Jordan. During the last, since the fiber optics has been invented in 1970, around more than 50 years ago, it has been proved that fiber optics is the best transmission media up to date, and regardless of the developments occurred in the radio frequency side, which repeatedly every year we have a new invention, the fiber optics is still the king of the transmission media, and the importance of having a solid, reliable fiber optics to the network's components is a vital thing to extend the network services down to the user ends. The Fiber Optic Association is the international professional association for fiber optics. It has been established in 1995, which is more than 25 years from now. Clicker. Sorry. Okay. It seems that I have to move in order to. The Fiber Optic Association is the International Professional Association of Fiber Optics. It is organized in 1995 by highly experienced professionals, trainers from industry, education, and government. The organizers or the inventor of the Fiber Optic Association is coming out of the industry itself. So they are not academic and standardized theories. They are coming down from the field. So it is a non-profit organization, and it is established to promote the professionalism in fiber optics through education, certification, and the standards. And here the advantage of having a professional umbrella of the organization in the world, it is not biased to a certain supplier or manufacturer. It's just biased to the science, to the fiber optics, the industry itself, and to make standards level that is a common practice across the world on those who are working on their hands-on fiber technicians, especially in the installation and operation and testing and other staff of the fiber optics network. It is in the Fiber Optic Association, they have created the biggest database knowledge of the fiber optics that can collect all of the means and the stuff that is needed by any worker in the fiber optics domain that he can find from the field and from the R&Ds all over the world and from different manufacturers. A certifying body, it is a certifying body that is following the international standard for certification, the ISO IEC 17024. During the last 25 years, the FOA is being working in everywhere in the world, especially in the Western and in United States, in Canada, in Europe, in Far East, and in the Middle East. Recently, they are starting to follow the organization. So far, we have around or more than 93,000 certified members under this umbrella. Finally, Jordan, during the last two years, have been established their center here in Jordan, and we have started with more than 140 certificates members so far in Jordan, and the culture of having certified technicians working in our operators, in our networks, is start spreading in order to have the best stability and performance on their networks. The schools or the centers are spread in more than 45 countries across the world. What are the activities for the Fiber Optic Association? They provide the references for the industry in general. They establish the standards for training and certifications for the staff working in those networks. And they approve the schools and centers and certify the instructors who will deliver the training, the professional training to the staff and to the technicians and engineers. FOA also developed the training curriculum, so it is provided unified curriculum across the world, but there is a room for customization for every country per their special needs. There are also a newsletter, monthly newsletters spread across all the members in order to be familiar to what's going on this industry in the world. And they also, the FOA, developed the standards for design and installation of the fiber networks. As my colleagues in the previous presentations talk about the penetration of the fiber optics and the numbers of the pass-by fibers homes, and especially by the TRC and also by FiberTech and Zain, we can say that the FTTH booming is still on the way. We have not reached our saturation. And the fiber home, so the fiber to the home will be more and more through the coming years. Also, depending on the fiber is becoming the major role, especially having the 5G ongoing now. Before the 4G, 3G, we could serve with the wireless connectivity, but now the 5G, the fiber is a must to have the 5G stations operating. So the need of the fiber and the need of certified technicians and engineers working on the fiber is growing more and more. What are the causes of frequent faults that you guys at the operators companies you may find? I am sure that you can agree with me that the poor splicing, the overbending, the wrong tools, the improper materials, the extra joints, the bad connectors, they are always the main causes of the poor performance or the complaints of the customers working on the fiber networks. So these items or these pain points shared by all these operators. By the way, I came from this background. I used to be with Orange, with Zain, and with Omnia through the 25 years ago. So I was part of this pain during the operation, and we know that there will be a higher operation cost caused by such items and such pain points in the networks. Saying so, why do we need a certification and a professional training for the fiber teams? The certification will maximize the skill and the knowledge. We may have many skilled teams across our companies, but the knowledge is not at that level. they used to have it by granted, and they don't have, most of them, the know-how and the why behind these problems and these root causes of the problems of the fiber, and what is the fiber optics itself, and what is the physics behind the fiber optics operation. So knowing or upgrading the staff with the knowledge and the skill together will make the deployment faster and more accurate. The performance will make the troubleshoot faster and the maintenance easier. This will lead, of course, to professional resources, the best use of the professional resources, scalability of the networks through the planning, the better planning, and the stable network services to the end users. And one of the main drivers of the work is the OPEX saving, which is extremely can be found and can be significantly can be found during having a professional technicians that avoid such mistakes in the networks, which are commonly available and practiced every day actually. The curriculum of the FOA, the approved FOA, mainly concentrate on three elements: the knowledge and the skills and the ability. The knowledge of the fiber optics itself, the skills of the hands-on skills, and the abilities how to deal with these accessories, these tools, these stuff of the network components in general. The basics that must be included in the certified fiber optic technician certificate must have, they have the basic jargons, the terms, the concepts, the applications, the components, the installations, the hands-on experience, and the testing of and the best testing upon the standards in the market, in the international standards. The certification levels of the Fiber Optic Association are divided into two streams: the basic one, the certified fiber optic technicians, and the specialist level. The specialist level can go down to every type of the fiber optic work, such as the outside the plant installation, the termination, the connector for the connectors, splicing itself, testing, fiber to the home, LAN, wireless, antenna, data center cabling, the DAS, the fiber characterization, and the design. Such specialists are needed as per the operation of the organization. Some manufacturers, for example, concentrate on having a certified technicians in making the connectors. Some others are concentrated on the fiber to the home and or to the data centers and so. So in Jordan, here we concentrated on the basic certificate, the CFOT, and on the design and on the fiber to the home. These three certificates are provided here in Jordan, and they are the most common needed in Jordan market. The Fiber Optic Association is well respected globally. It is recognized by all telecom operators, by the industry, by the unions, by the government, by the military bodies here. Of course, it is in the Gulf region, for example, the membership of the FOA is requested for those who were working on the fiber fields for some companies there, and this is also applied years ago back in United States and other regions. We do encourage the operators to have their technicians and engineers well trained professionally in order to have long dreams without being affected by customer complaints and more and more. Thank you for listening, and I hope this gives some brief about the Fiber Optic Association in Jordan and in the world.